This is
Geratzethayer,
A Toast to Armenia with Johno Kabbendjian. A comprehensive look at the Armenian culture, only on the Ignotainment Media Network.
Geratzethayer, Pai Luis Inchpesek. Wow, what a response I had from all of you out there on Facebook. We've been getting messages left and right about how good the show is, and you know what? We couldn't appreciate it anymore. Thank you again, my friends. I'll get some of your emails later on in the show. Well, you know what? Basically, that's what it was. It was like, how long are you going to be? How many times are you going to be on the show and so forth? So we're going to have the show once a week is what we're planning on. It would be good to have it on Fridays, but it could vary on that one, just our scheduling. But it will be once a week, and we're excited to have it again. I guess you all know that the Kardashians have landed in Armenia, and I wonder if they're going to be shooting any episodes commemorating the April 24th, 1915 remembrance of the genocide there. I think it would be great. I mean, you're looking at Kim Kardashian that has almost 30 million followers on Twitter. That's a lot of people, my friends. That's just Kim Kardashian. We need the exposure. You know what? Some of you out there are like, Kim Kardashian, you know, she married an American guy and so forth. How could she be? No. Trust me, she's Armenian. She's over there, and she's doing her behalf, and she's letting people know about the genocide. God bless her, and God bless the family out there, the Kardashians. I got to tell you, folks, another thing. This whole thing with George Clooney, he's out there. His wife is out there, Amal. I tell you what, folks, this is going to be one special event that every Armenian has got to find it on YouTube or see it on TV. I bet for once they're going to be showing it so much on the CNN and the rest of the other news. This is not going to be avoided this time around. I'll tell you, this is big. We got a special guest. We got our special guest from L.A. My friends, I've taken a little heat about my comments about our soccer team. Now, last week I mentioned that our chess players can probably play better soccer than our national team. I'm sorry I said that. I took a little heat from that on my emails. So what I did, I reached out to my good friend out in L.A., Vardan Adzemian. Is that right, Vardan? Is that
Yeah. Vardan Adzemian, yeah.
Beautiful. And Vardan plays for a soccer team out in L.A., it's our Burbank Homenetmen team. Very thankful to have him on our show. How you doing today, Vardan?
I'm doing fabulous. How are you guys doing?
Oh, we're great. We are great. We're having a great show again. And I said, you know what? I was out there, and I was so impressed when I seen you guys, that soccer league out there, that night that I went out there, and I seen all you guys playing, and it was so serious. And you know what? All you guys are top-notch Armenian players. I'm telling you what, I was really impressed.
Yeah. We have a lot of great talent out here in LA. You know, the only problem here is there's no good teams or good coaches to guide those players. And me myself, playing professional for 4 or 5 years. You know, when I play on these teams, and I try to guide these players and help them and give them advice on the field and off the field. You know,
and is it more?
There's a lot of.
And is it more or less the former players become the coaches eventually? Is that how it works?
Down the line, yes, they do. But me, I love coaching. You know, any age doesn't matter. 18, 17, 15, or youth. I just want to give my personal, advice, experience, what I've did wrong in my career playing soccer here in Greece. You know, I just don't want these kids to go through the wrong path.
Sure,
wrong
channels.
Make the right decision.
Yeah, you know what? I got to tell the folks out there that Vardan, he came out to St. Louis. And there was about, what would you say, Vardan? There was about 600 people that tried out for this St. Louis professional team. Well, was it like
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
And
About 600.
and Vardan was one of the last cuts on this. It was unbelievable, man. He was down to the last 30, 40 guys on to make this roster. And for his age, I mean, he's what? What are you, Vardan?
I'm 30 right now.
He's 30.
At that time, I was 20-something, 27, I believe.
27, and he was running with these 19, 20-year-olders back and forth, and he was guiding them, actually. Chris, you can't believe it. When he was out there, he was just guiding these players where to go and stuff. He has a lot of leadership behind him, so he's definitely into that coaching mode. I think he's going to be a great coach down the line. Vardan, I brought it out. I brought it out last week about our international team. Now, I got to ask you, why can't we put an international team together that can be really effective against the world out there? I mean, we see the Vardans out there. We see the Hagops out there. We see all the rest of the players that you're situated with, all the players that you work with. Why can't we build a team from a foundation like that?
Well, the problem I think is our national team players. Not all of them play overseas, and I'm saying that because if you see the quality of Yura Movsesian and Henrik Mkhitaryan, you see the quality that they bring to the team, and we need more of our national team players to play abroad. Like they do play Norway, Denmark, but we don't have. These players need to play,
right.
Have experience in, let's say, Champions League or in a higher league. And so if they do have that experience, they'll bring that to the national team and help the team, compete with those giants out there. And it's really hard to compete because our group is we compete in Europe, basically. It's not Euro, it's not Asia, or we've competed against like Czech Republic,
right.
like Spain, Portugal. It's really hard. But the problem with the national team is that most of the guys play domestically. They play in, Armenian league.
Let me ask you this too. So you're saying then if they went abroad and they basically just give seminars to the youth out there. If they traveled, do you think much more friendly should be held on the North American, South America? So just the Armenian culture gets to see the Armenian national team. How sweet would that be? I mean, we don't usually see the Armenian team traveling to St. Louis or L.A. or Chicago or to New York to play the American national team or something like that. It would be kind of nice, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, it will be nice because I'm sure there's a lot of fans in California, like St. Louis, wherever. They would want to see the Armenian national team play. And I bet you most of the young Armenians out here in LA, they don't even know the names of the national team players, which is sad.
Yeah.
They know the national team players' names of, let's say, Portugal, France, Spain, but they have no idea who Manoyan is, who even Mkhitaryan. Yeah. Some of them don't even know. And I would want
just
them to
push,
know who our players are. But we don't have that exposure. The Armenian team doesn't come out and play friendly games here, and we only know two names, Mkhitaryan and Yura, and that's why, because they play on high. Yura plays for Spartak Moscow, and Mkhitaryan plays for Dortmund in Germany, and they always televise the games, and that's why most of the Armenians know these two players.
Right.
But
right.
We have a lot of great players on the national team, but like I said, the problem with the national team is they don't have the experience to compete with the next, with the big giants out. Like I said, like France,
Germans,
Czech Republic. They don't have the quality.
Well, let's stay local for a minute here too. You guys won everything in L.A. How many teams did you beat to get to the Argentina?
Well, the Argentina thing was it was an invitation.
It was an
only
invitation.
tournament.
So, you guys did have to beat some teams to get this invitation.
Yeah.
They're not going to get.
We have to win the Homenetmen tournament.
So, how many teams were in that tournament? Armenian teams.
I would say 10.
10 teams. Wow, 10 teams. And was that a good turnout in LA for these 10 teams?
Yeah, it was.
That's beautiful.
We had great teams from San Francisco, Orange County, all spread out.
And you're seeing a good quality out of these young players, right?
Oh, of course, yeah.
Beautiful.
We have great talent out here in LA.
Okay, so when you guys took a plane, went down to Argentina, how was that like? I mean, just the whole experience of going down with your friends and these guys that you play with. I tell you, I seen it firsthand. These are guys that you grew up with as well. It's so beautiful.
Right. Yeah, it was a great experience for us and for the team. We took the team out from here to Argentina, and it was an amazing experience. Like, you see these how they live, like the people in the Armenians in Argentina, how close they are together, how they have this agum, like you said, it's
so it's strong.
It's a wonderful,
it's strong there
atmosphere,
too. That's
they
so
go there
cool.
once a week, and all the Armenians in Argentina, they gather there, and they work out, they play, card games,
and you've seen the brotherhood there as well. I mean, did they accept American Armenians? And wow, that is so cool, man. That is so cool.
Yeah, and they're very nice people, very warm, and they open, they were with us, like the guys there, the young guys that we played against, after they wanted to hang out with us 24/7, like they always wanted to be with us, like since we're from America, and it was the first time team coming from America, so it was
that is so cool. That is so
great
cool.
Experience.
I got a little shout out to my buddy out there. I met him on Facebook, and his name's Gare, and he's from Argentina, and I kept telling him all the time that, hey, our guys from LA are down there playing soccer, and he was so excited about it as well. It's so cool. And you know what? He even brought up, on the international side again, he brought up how different it is in South American soccer compared to North America and wherever they're playing. He just, I guess he's a little biased too, but he said it's a different type of quality. Did you guys, when you guys were down there playing, now you guys won it all down there too, right?
Right, yeah. We beat, there was about, I would say, 10 teams total, spread out, from Cordova, Rosario, different parts of Argentina. And from Chile, from Uruguay, from Brazil, there were teams from there also. And yeah, the level of play, the quality is different. They're more, they're more like short passes. And the tournament was indoor. It was an indoor, but it was 5 against 5 with one goalkeeper. So it wasn't on a big field. So they're used to that. They're very technical, those South American players from Brazil, they're very
more
technical,
precise, more passing. Yeah. Yeah,
more passing. But we're more used to, long balls, running more, physical. But they're more used to more, technique, short passes.
I think that your style would be more exciting. Wouldn't you say? I mean, I would say that's more exciting to watch on a long pass instead of trying to set something up and looking for a crack in the defense to get it by a defender. That's what they're banking on, right?
Yeah, of course. It's entertaining, sometimes there were a couple of players on the Argentina team that I really love to watch, they're very technical and yeah, that's why the team from Argentina, the national team, you enjoy watching them because they pass the ball. There's action, not like English football, like England national team. They just play long balls, direct football.
Okay, all right. Well, we got that. Every year, I guess it's getting a little tougher on you guys as a team. you're aging now. I don't want to bring up the negative spot, but you guys are 27, 28, 30 years old. Are you guys still going to hang in there and take on these young Armenian kids?
Well, it's tough. I feel it on myself. I'm 30 years old now, and I'm trying to run with these and compete with these 19, 18 up and coming, like future players. But it's tough. It's tough. It takes a couple of days for my body to recover after, but I'm still hanging in there. And,
bravo.
I'm still hanging in there, man.
And Vardan, do you, when you're even playing against other Armenians and so forth, I mean, is there a kind of thing in you, a little bit of a Hubbard feeling, a little bit of, wow, man, that kid's got a future ahead of him? And
of course.
That's beautiful. So it's a league, and you guys are busting ass against one another, but yet there's so much love for one another as well. That's great to see, man.
Yeah, of course. On and off the field. Like sometimes on the field we get into it. We get like tackle each other. But, at the end, we shake hands, we say, it's done, whatever stays on the field, no hard feelings, I love you,
that's
off
beautiful.
The field, or we're good. We leave it on the field. That's it.
And I tell you what, folks, that he is for real on that, because when I went to see these guys play, they played aggressively. I mean, as Armenians do, we're aggressive on the field, and we let the refs know when there's a bad call and everything. I was watching it firsthand, and then once the game was over, they all gathered around and said, "Hey, where we're going to go for dinner or something." It was a beautiful scene. Do you think, Vardan?
Right.
Do you think that? Now, this may be pushing it here, but is there any sort of player out there right now that, like in the Armenian world out there in the West Coast, that could maybe be half of the Messis and the Ronaldos and so forth? I mean, that's a big projection, but is there something that you're seeing out there right now that you're saying this guy could really stand out in the future?
Right now, I don't see any Messis in our Armenian youth, but we do have a couple of great potential players that will make it to that level if they work hard. They have the talent.
Can I hold you? Can I freeze you on this one? Because I've got, in 2 weeks, I'm going to have. He reached out to us and we said, heck yeah, we'd love to have you on board. Lee Nishanyan. I hope I said that right. Nishanyan.
Yeah.
He's going to be on our show in 2 weeks. Can you give me a little scouting report on him?
Yeah, well, Lee, I've seen him play a few times, and he's a great player, up and coming player.
Nice.
He has great potential, and he has a great future. He just has to, work hard and
he's affiliated right now with LA Galaxy, right?
Right. Yeah, he's with the Galaxy, and I've heard good things about him, and I've seen him in action a couple of times, and he's a very solid player, and he has a great future. And
beautiful.
And it's good to hear an Armenian player, making it to the next level. It's an honor for.
Yeah. Well, I tell you what. Thank you so much, Vardan. Any shout out to any website out there that supports your soccer league, the Armenian league, or anything out there? Maybe your Homenetmen team out there. You'd like to give a little plug out to on the website?
Sure. I would like to give a shout out to Custom T-shirt printing, that they're our sponsors.
Beautiful.
And also Burbank Sipan, Temik Martirosyan. He's the owner of that organization, and he's the one that always takes care of us and takes us to Armenia, which we're going to the Pan-Armenian Games in August. He's going to be the one who's funding the whole thing, and I appreciate all his efforts. And
we got to get in touch with you before that as well. That would be great.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's going to be August, end of July. We're leaving. August 2nd to the 13th. it's going to be a tournament. Even we can even do, if you want, if the show is going to continue, we can even do an interview while we're in Armenia.
That's what I want. That would be even
after
more.
a game or whatever.
God.
We can do an interview with a couple of players. We can have them talk as well, and that'll be awesome.
You know what, Vardan? That sounds great, man. And I loved you being on our show. You know what? I can't express how much I feel about the Armenian soccer out there. I seen you guys play. I seen how you guys kick back afterwards, and it's a brotherhood that cannot be explained. We may not have the Messis right now, but I'm telling you, as Armenians, you couldn't find stronger brotherhood out there, togetherness and so forth. God bless. I love you guys.
Thank you, Johno, for giving me the opportunity to be on the show, man. I appreciate it, and I would love to be on it again.
We will stay in touch. You got to give me a shout when you guys are headed out there, and then we'll just stay in touch. We'll kind of troll you guys, okay, and see how you guys are doing and so forth. All right, thanks a lot, Vardan, and
thank you, John.
Anytime. I tell you what, folks, that's been our show for this week. It was a good one too. Well, we got Vardan on the show, and talked a little bit about the Kardashians. How great is that? And all the all-star cast that we're going to have out in Armenia for April 24th. It was a great show. Genatzet Hayer, Kisher Party, and always stay good with one another.
Tune in next week for another episode of
Genatzet Hayer,
A Toast to Armenia with Johno Kabbendjian. You can find the show online at www.armeniaproud.com or download and subscribe on iTunes or Stitcher for Android. This is the Ignotainment Media Network.